Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. It is currently 6:05 in the morning. I am at work a little early today because we are going to be swapping out that drive shaft. Before we get into it though, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell so you're kept up to date every time a new video is posted. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. Now without further ado, let's get this drive shaft switched. Okay, so as you can see, we got all four of our bolts loosened off of the rear end. We have our hanger bearing unbolted here and loosened there. So now we can drop this bottom half. Okay, so it's a few hours later and I had made a mistake that I had to correct. So I didn't get quite as far this morning as I would have liked, but let me explain what happened. I had this shaft attached to this little piece. When I lined it up underneath, the hanger bearing was not in the same location as where it is here on the truck. So I had to pop the U-joints and switch those two pieces. Now that was just a simple oversight on my part, but I'm not a mechanic. I don't do this all the time. This is just kind of trial and error. I've never fully pulled an entire drive shaft out. This section I have to do a U-joint on the green truck, but other than that, this is the first time. So we got that figured out, and now we just got to yank that old one out and slide this new one in, and we should be good to go. Okay, so unfortunately the battery died while I was dropping the old drive shaft, but it's out. As you can see, we got it here. And then after looking things over, pulling the front section of the drive shaft out, I noticed that it has the same ends as the new rear section we're putting in. And I figured, well, why replace all of that if I don't need to, being that this hanger bearing is in better shape than the one I got from the junkyard. So I just installed it, put it back in. I'm going to tighten up these bolts. Then I got to remove, where are you? I got to remove the rear section right there. And then we should be able to mount up the new yoke, slide this piece in, and be done. Okay, so I got my 1 1/4 inch socket impact. We're gonna try to pop this off.
get ready with yours. Okay. Oh, that ain't too bad. I think the majority of it came out already. You're gonna need a different seal. This is way bigger. It's not gonna quit leaking.
So now
this is way bigger. So what happened is someone this one up at one time, and they have a ready sleeve over top of it to fix it.
Okay, so as you saw, got this one out, slid the new one on, and it wouldn't stop leaking. That's because if you look, they've got an extra sleeve. It's an oversized seal on here because somebody had screwed up the old seal or something of that nature. So when I went to put this one on, it didn't have the seal because it's still attached to this one. So I had to run up to the store, pick up a new pinion seal and a couple jugs of gear lube. So now that lunch is over, I can't continue till my next break, so we will catch you then. Try to get this thing figured out yet here today.
You'll probably have to hit it some. See it's coming.
There it is.
Yep. Oh, you're gonna want it more straight than that.
Yeah.
I'd use the rubber one, so I mean, if you're careful, you can get it with that one. Just be careful tapping it in, make sure you're straight.
Right.
Work around the outside.
The gear.
The side plug on it. You'll want it sitting on the ground first, though.
Right.
Seemed like it fit nice on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slid right on.
Okay, I was just making sure you felt that the seals, or you tested it at the Napa. So.
Yep.
Ram or home? Okay. That's plenty. They snap off easy, so yeah. I usually just run them up there and do it by hand. We gotta hurry, I want to see if it works good.
I know, same here.
And you just gotta grease that one joint and you should be good. Because you probably, I suppose you can grease the U-joints after you drive it once, but they already have grease in them. But
yeah.
That one got cleaned off quite a bit, the slip one.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what's happening with it. So far, so good. I guess we're rolling. That's a bonus. Buckle up for safety. Let's see what she does when we hit some speeds here. $20 miles an hour and everything seems pretty kosher. $30 miles an hour, pretty good. Okay, battery died again. If anybody has a GoPro, you know that these batteries do not last very long. So I pulled over quick and switched out into another one. Now, I'm not sure where we were at, but I am going 50 miles an hour right now. We have no rattles, no vibrations, no nothing, no sounds. Everything seems really smooth. So, yeah, I think we're gonna say that's a success. It's windier than hell out here though today. It's like 40 mile an hour wind, so it's blowing this little thing all over the place. But yeah, thank goodness. Got that fixed finally. It's been kind of a long time coming actually, and I probably let it go a little longer than I should have, but I wanted to wait until I had somebody that's done stuff like that before to help me, or at least to be there and kind of walk me through it. And as you saw, with that pinion seal being bad, now I wouldn't have known what was going on with that if Jake wouldn't have been there to kind of tell me what's going on with that. So it was a good thing I waited and didn't try doing it at home and then end up stuck and not knowing what the issue is, and then having to like get rides to work and stuff because, well, you know, the green one's down for a few minutes temporarily. I think we kind of might have that figured out here, but yeah, this one being my only vehicle at the moment, I did not want to be stranded at home with no ride. So everything worked out for the best. We didn't break anything. It basically took, I don't know, 2 15-minute breaks, 40 minutes over lunch, and a good probably 40 minutes this morning of getting everything ready and loose and dropped down and whatnot. It probably would have been a little quicker if I didn't have to take the drive shaft apart and switch those pieces around to make it fit. And like I said earlier, that was completely my bad. I just put it together wrong. But thank goodness those were new U-joints, so I didn't have to heat anything up, didn't have to break anything to get them out and switched, and everything worked out really nice. So I have no complaints. If you have a drive shaft of the constant velocity type, I would highly recommend going to your local junkyard and just getting a regular drive shaft, because it is a lot easier and cheaper to replace or to repair if things need be, and you literally have like half of the U-joints to deal with too. So that's even a better reason why. Like I said, they wanted $700 to rebuild that thing, and I was not gonna do that. So this was the route we went, and it worked out perfect. That's going to do it for today's video. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.